Okay. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? Is that a Cope Dogged Dog I see in the hizzy over there? What is going on, Cope Dogged Dog? Scrubzilla, Jeff hates pigs. All my friends are here. This is great. Butch the Original, good to see you. Scrubzilla, what's going on? Super Scrub, check out that hair. Make sure we're okay here. We're all right. We don't look too. I put a shelf up over here. Now the shelf is in my green screen space, so I'm going to have to adjust my little space here pretty quick. So do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you were here last night and you know why I'm here this morning. As far as giving a call to Jeffrey A Chalfant, we're here for Joshua McLemore right now. We're going to be calling on his behalf to Jeffrey A Chalfant and the Indiana prosecutors over there. Big thank you to all you guys last night who all contributed and donated so we could make sure that Auditors of America and his wife and daughter had a place. I haven't talked to them this morning. I woke up late. Actually, I worked until 3, and then I woke up at about 9:30. So I got about 6 hours, somewhere in there. And so I was like, I had a hard time getting to sleep last night, knowing that they had starved this guy and thirsted this guy to death. Let's do a little bit of a recap just so you guys can see. Just so you guys talking. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why that didn't look, because there's no light on. I was like, what the fluck? I was like, there's no light on there. So let me give you guys just a slight recap. And let me show you what we're doing here as far as calling these folks. I'm going to call this feller here today. So this is going to be this tool bag right here, with a pig right here. This is for Taser. They've just Taser certified, and with the big douchebag look on his face. This obviously is a pig. That's a pig. He's got a gun on here. You can't see it in this, but. And then now they're certified. Now they're Taser certified. So this is the person, just so you guys know, when they call a special prosecutor to prosecute cops, when they call in a special prosecutor, this guy here, Jeff Chalfant, he would be the special prosecutor who came in from Indiana to prosecute those cops in Northwest Indiana or Southeast Indiana, right? But look at his relationship with cops. Look, this is the guy who they're going to call in to be a special prosecutor when your family member is killed, when your loved one is murdered. They're going to call a guy like this in, who this is what he does. He goes and gets Taser certified. And look at the look on his face. Look at me, I'm Taser certified. Well, number one, most people who you're going to shoot with a Taser aren't going to fight back. You're just electrocuting people. And I wanted to get a picture of this complete and utter scumbag. I wanted people to look at his professional picture when he got himself all glammed up, because this man is a scumbag. And we're going to call him. We're going to give him a call and ask him why he is covering up, why he isn't prosecuting. I don't want to go too far into this, what we did yesterday. But it looks like a lot of the people who were here last night are here now. So, maybe, what are we, 4 minutes in? I'll just wait a couple. I'll recap a couple things just so that people can see it. And so, we can just scroll down the articles real quick so you guys kind of know what happened last night. Is we did a little fundraiser for Jeremiah for Auditors of America. And then after that, we started to go down a couple of deaths. There was a Joshua McLemore in Indiana, a couple of inmates, a couple people who, 35-year-old man, 29-year-old man, both died in custody, one in Atlanta and one in Indiana. And so here's the article that I read yesterday, if you guys were not here. It says, from Georgia to Indiana, inmates left to die. And so this is just a real quick recap before we call. This week, 2 horrendous cases of inmates dying in jails. In Georgia, a man was found last September in a cell. His body was riddled with sores. And so these are a 29-year-old and 35-year-old man. So they go in at 29 and 35. Last I checked, people aren't just dying at 29 and 35. They're not just dying. That's just not. They're not. That's not happening. I mean, anybody here ever heard of their loved one just dying at 29 or 35? I mean, I've heard of some real high blood pressure things. I've heard of, heart attacks. I've heard of crazy things happening where people die at 29 or 35, but not very often. It doesn't happen very often. And so while McLemore was white, Thompson was black. And it's funny, we're going to cover McLemore today because we're going to reach out to that prosecutor, but I think we should cover Thompson as well. And so then it goes down here. Mr. Thompson was housed not fit for a diseased animal. They had him sleeping in his own pee and poop. And they were mentally ill, and there's no excuse for a mentally ill inmate to be left alone. This is him after he starved to death, thirsted to death. Horrible. And so now Thursday claiming there's going to be a full investigation, but the full investigation led to absolutely nothing. So where's the justice? I don't know. If you did a full the Fulton County Sheriff's Office released a statement on Thursday claiming they had done a full investigation. So I'm not really sure. LaShawn Thompson, Fulton County Sheriff's Office in Atlanta, which is one of the worst sheriff's department in the world. The Southern Center for Human Rights found that there were at least 10 deaths inside of Fulton County Jail. 10 people died in the Fulton County Jail in 2022. So we can call over there, but they don't care. They kill people. If we call over there and we say, hey, we're mad you're killing people, they're going to be like, yeah, we kill people here. Who are you? You can't get in here. And the only people who are going to investigate us, we're friends with, and we shake their hands, and we're buddy. We get all tasered. We get taser certified. Here's the prosecutor that would prosecute the prison guards, but he's, this is a partnership in death. They are in death together. They're in a partnership to kill. You got to get taser certified as a prosecutor. You know that. It's so funny because look at Jeff's hair. Look at Jeff's hair on my head. Look at Jeff's hair. Look at Jeff's hair. Look at this dude's hair. Such a douchebag, bro. You really are, Jeff. You really are such a douche, bro. You are the king douche, bro. And just so you know, I'll make the same promise I made to the prosecutor in Youngstown. When your kids are old enough, I'm going to track them down and I'm going to let them know what you did, Jeff. I give you my word, bro. I swear to God, I will tell your children that you did this. I can't wait, dude. But not now, when they're old enough. When they're a teenager, teenage girl, teenage boy, when they're really revolting from home, Jeff Chalfant, I'm going to let them know that you helped cover up a murder and said, oh, I ruled. I didn't convene a grand jury. I ruled. Jeff Chalfant rules. He rules. Okay. Well, so let me read a little bit more of this so you guys could know exactly why I'm burning mad about this. So the documents by the Southern Center for Human Rights through open records show the outbreak occurred. And so then when you go down here, just keep going. They're just talking. So this is the other guy they left. And this is Joshua McLemore. Joshua McLemore died when they thirsted him to death. They left him in a cell with no food and no water for 20 days. After 20 days and being attacked by bed bugs, he died. And then because they didn't want the people to know how badly they had treated him, instead of getting him to the hospital quickly, what they did was they decided to clean up the cell, clean it up so that the ambulance people wouldn't know that they treated him this way. But it didn't matter because why does it matter if we know they tried to clean up the cell? Just explain this to me. Why does it matter if they're not going to be charged? What does it matter? They didn't need to clean up the cell because, well, all of them did it, so we can't charge anybody. They all conspired for murder. They all conspired to kill Joshua McLemore, and they did. And I don't understand why. I'm at a loss here. I'm at a loss. So let me get this one part of the article that's super important here, and then you guys will understand why I'm calling Jeffrey Chalfant. So here's what it says here. So here's why we're calling. Following McLemore's death, the Indiana police conducted an investigation. Full stop right there. Put a 1 in the chat if that means absolutely bupkis. Remember, the prosecutor, Jeff Chalfant, and the cop are shaking hands, taser certified. We're taser certified. Taser, taser, we're taser. We're taser certified. Kill them all. Tase. And look at the look on Jeff's face. Look at the look on his face. Look at him. Hey, Jeff, you piece of shit beta male cuck. There's no physical fighting. There's no need to be like, I got him. Jeff, you would have no chance. You could tase me, bro. I would tear it out and destroy you, bro. Tasers just make me mad. And so I'm telling you, if you've never been tased before, it hurts, but it doesn't really. If you're standing there like a bump on a log and they tase you, you're going to just fall over. But if you're all pumped up and your adrenaline's up, you just go, but it doesn't, it hurts. It doesn't. So anyway, so here, now let me continue to read this so you know the reason why we're calling Jeff this morning. So following McLemore's death, the Indiana State Police, just like the Ohio Bureau, BCI, Bureau of Criminal Investigations, just like Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, just like Florida State Police, just like the Alaska State Troopers, just like the Oregon State Police, just like the California State Police, just like the Arizona Commanders, whatever super name you want to give the pigs, but it's just pigs investigating pigs. Let's not split hairs. When it says the Indiana State Police conducted an investigation, pigs investigating pigs. We know how that's going to, we all heard Floyd the other day said, what's going to happen? You're going to investigate yourselves. So, and they sent the results to Jackson prosecuting attorney Jeff Chalfant. In deciding against pressing any charges against any jail staff, Chalfant wrote that while McLemore, likely due to prolonged attention by Jackson County Jail staff as a group, no single person committed an act or omission that constituted a crime. Jeff, this is where you and I differ, my friend. When 20 people conspire together to kill Joshua McLemore, that's conspiracy to commit murder. And all they have to say to each other is don't give him any water. And that's what they did, Jeff. You dunce cap. You great big moron, Jeff. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff's the taser man. Put a 1 in the chat if Jeff is the taser man. Jeff is the taser guy. He's a taser guy. Look at him. He's with his pig buddy. Let me make it so you guys can really see the picture. We're going to call them. There that is. Let me get this up here like this for you so you guys can see it. There it is. I'm saving another version of this so you guys can get the full joust of what a douchebag Jeff Chalfant is. I mean, just the guy is a total douchebag, dude. He is a douchebag squared. He's a professional douche. He walked around as a douche magnet for other douches, so other douches can go flying in there because he watches something. He's like, I know that somebody killed these people, but we can't blame it on any one person. So because of that, we're gonna. Oh, here, there you go. There you go. So here's a better picture of Jeff Chalfant, with his pig buddy that they're shaking hands and he's given like this real look. There it is, a well-lit green screen. Okay, so the picture bigger. They're shaking hands with a pig, and remember, this is the same pig that Jeff is supposed to hold accountable. This is the relationship between prosecutors and police in America. This is how prosecutors and police work together every single day. This is across our country. This isn't just Jeff Chalfant. It's not just him. And it's not just this pig right here. Prosecutors and cops all across America are arm in arm in lockstep to ruin you, to get your money, to cause the most fear inside of you, to F you up. This is cops and prosecutors in America. This is the relationship between the police and the prosecutors in our country. So this is the same relationship the prosecutor has with not quite the jail guards, but he's going to protect the jail guards the same way he's going to protect the cops. In a microcosm, this is how prosecutors and police are in the United States of America. If you don't, hey, Colin, don't show shit like that, dude. Okay. So this is the relationship between so this is how police and prosecutors work together every single day. This right here, this is, you wonder why cops aren't prosecuted. You wonder why cops are not prosecuted, why there's no grand jury convened, because this Jeff Chalfant is showing this is the relationship between police and prosecutors in the United States of America. That's the relationship. And you wonder why they're not getting prosecuted for murdering people. You wonder why. There it is right there. I mean, you're literally looking at it. So let me save this like this so you guys can see it. Take a look at this right here. So this guy, let's give him a call. Let's give him a call real quick. Let's call over to Jeff Chalfant. Let's call Mr. Chalfant and ask him. Well, I think that we pretty much know the reasons why. I think we know exactly the reasons why people like the murderers of Josh McLemore, why they're not being prosecuted is because of this too cozy relationship with people who have like these are supposed to be. So look how cozy this is. I want you guys to see it. Put a 1 in the chat if you see how cozy prosecutors and cops are together. Look, he's stoked to be posing with this cop. He's stoked. He's so happy to be with this pig right here and getting taser certified. Okay. So, hey, Mr. Waldebottle, thanks for the super chat. It's just a little off topic, and I'm an emotional person, so I can get pulled off topic pretty quickly, and I don't want to get pulled off topic. So thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate it, and I do appreciate your thought. It's just not in the right context right this second. So I just wanted to say that out loud. Oh, is that right? Tempest said that's his boyfriend. No. So just so you know, Jeff Chalfant has a Facebook page in Indiana. Jeff Chalfant, Chalfant. He's got a Facebook page. He's got kids. Hey, Jeff, when your kids are old enough, I'm going to tell them what you did. I'm allowed to give information. I'm a journalist. That's what I do. I disseminate information to thousands and thousands of people. So, Jeff, when your kids are old enough, I'm going to track them down and say, your dad hit a murder because of his cozy relationship with the pigs. Look. So if this pig kills somebody, is this pig going to prosecute him? I don't think so. So let's give Jeff Chalfant a call. Let's start with this. For which number was that? Let's give him a call real quick and ask him what his problem is. Let's ask him. So which number do you think? There's an email address down here as well. Take a look at this. Okay, so that's right there. So let's call this number right here and see. Let me see what this one looks like. Okay, there's a different number right here. And this is the address. So I'm going to write and I'm going to call. I'm going to do both. So, Okay. Cool. Save. And now let's save this as a copy. I want you guys to be able to see these numbers and the things that I'm calling. So I'm just making a slight adjustment here behind the scenes. And then we're going to just call over there and see if we can get a hold of Mr. Mr. Chalfant. Chalfant. Is that how you say his name, you think? I don't know. Murderer, cover-upper. I don't really know. I don't have any respect for people like that. So, okay, cool. And so now the calling shall begin. So the first number, I adjusted it again just so we could see the numbers I'm going to be calling here. So let's try this one first.
Prosecuting Attorneys Council.
I'm calling for Jeffrey Chalfant.
This is the council. If you're looking for an actual prosecutor.
What was I'm sorry. I don't know where this number leads. Please forgive me. Where does this number lead to?
This is the Indiana Prosecuting Attorneys Council. We do training for the new prosecutors coming in.
Oh, so you do the training for the new prosecutors?
Yes, I'm an admin. I do coordinating.
Coordinating. So then do you teach them how to convene a grand jury?
I don't know. It's just brand new people who are coming in that don't have experience, that are getting more education to help them get whatever they need to do.
How long has Jeffrey Chalfant been there? How long is the guy?
I have no idea. I don't even know who Jeffrey Chalfant is.
He's a prosecutor. You ever hear of Joshua McLemore?
No, I'm kind of new to this. What county are you calling from, sir?
Oh, I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada.
What county are you calling regarding, sir?
Which county was this? Let me just look real quick. I'll tell you real quick. It's so this would be. Let me give you. Pop into your Google if you're in front of your computer. Joshua McLemore, McLemore, and see, and so I'm going. He was in padded cell number 7 before he was thirsted to death.
I don't know anything about cases, sir. We don't prosecute. We don't do any of the casework here at all. We just get together training and help people learn the skills. So I can give you, if you have a county, I can give you that specific Indiana Prosecuting Attorney's office, which is not what this is.
Okay. Thanks. I really appreciate your help. I really do.
Okay. What county are you looking for?
Let me tell you what jail Joshua McLemore.
That won't help because I don't have any idea about any of that. We don't have any case files. I don't have any system to
let me crowdsource. It's Jackson County. That's where it's going to be. Thanks, Citizens Broadcast.
Hold on 1 second, okay?
Thank you.
Oh.
So we're just following up with murder cover-up guy Jeffrey Chalfant, Chalfant. Jeffrey Chalfant. Jeffrey Chalfant has a Facebook page, and I he's a public official, and I want to make sure this guy knows that while he's buddy with pigs and he's
I have the correct phone number for you.
Oh, you do? What's the correct phone number?
812
358
6130.
Okay, 1 second. Just because I'm a great big dunce cap, I'm only smart in certain areas, and everywhere else I'm really dumb. So
all right,
give it to me again. 812 358
6130.
You know what? Listen, God bless you. So, if you train attorneys, can I ask a question? And it's not legal advice.
I don't train them. I'm an admin that I just book hotels. That's what I do.
I would love a hotel. Can you get me a hotel there in Jackson so I can come visit Jeffrey?
You're a prosecutor and you're new and you don't know what you're doing, and we're trying to help you learn how to do it. So I'm sorry, sir.
So they come in from law school and they don't know what they're doing?
No, that's not what I said. If they're looking to specialize in a certain area, they come in and they want to get more experience, and they come to our trainings to get more experience from more experienced prosecutors.
Oh, more training to what is the training for? To convict people?
No, it's to help them figure out how to uphold the law. I'm sorry, sir. I have to take another phone call from my boss.
Okay. God bless you, honey. You take care. Bye-bye. Hey, audit them. I got to talk to you, bro. I got some good shit going on, bro. I did exactly what I told you I would do. And now I'm really about to apply pressure. I'm about to turn it up, bro. You want to play games? I love games. It's my favorite. You want to play stupid games, win stupid prizes? Me too, bro. I love games. The difference is I got a team of people that I play games with you with. You don't have a team of people. You're playing games with me. You got to dip into your wallet, which is what I want you to do if you play with me. Eight 12358. Mr. Wall, yeah, Mr. Waldo. What was that number? I saw it here a second ago. I called it already, but I just want to make double sure. 358. That's correct. 6130. That's correct. Okay, so that is the number I called. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try this again. You know what you guys don't know is that behind the scenes, what I'm doing in my life, I have I got a bunch of folks like y'all, people who come in and help, and people decided to play games with me in courts. Okay, I have to learn anyway. I don't know how to do court procedure. I learned constitutional law. I didn't learn court procedure law, legalese, as Paul Unslaved would say. I didn't learn that. So every time I get to sue a new person, every time I get to go after another person through legal channels, I'm learning with people I work with. And there's a bunch of people. So, if you want to play games, well, okay. I hope you have a team of people. I hope you got people who are helping you. I hope you do, because you're going to need help. It's hard to do what I'm doing. It takes up all my time. Okay, so that SOB is not going to answer. Of course he's not. Let's try our number over here. Let's try this number. Let's try 8123. Oh, that's the number they just gave us. That's the number they just gave us. What are we talking about? That's the number they just gave us. So there's no way to reach Jeffrey Chalfant. Well, then let's go to his Facebook page, because this guy does not get away with covering up a murder and not be redressed by the citizens of this country. That is not going to happen. Jeffrey Chalfant, who covers up the murder of Joshua McLemore, you don't get away with people not knowing who you are, you murderer. He's as bad as the prison guards who thirsted Joshua McLemore to death. This guy right here is a scumbag. Here he is getting taser certified with a piggy. This is the relationship that cops and prosecutors have. You're looking at it. There it is. There's the relationships of cops and prosecutors in America. How do you think it's going to go for you? When this prosecutor gets this pig on the stand, who's the prosecutor going to be working with? You or the piggy who he got taser certified? And look at the look on Jeff's face. Look at the look on his face. Look at the look on Jeffrey's face. He's so, look at me, I'm taser certified. Hey, Jeff, taser certified. Taser certified isn't that, bro. This is real tough. You're not taser certified, bro. This is tough. This is real tough. This is tough. This is a real tough person. This is not. This is, look at me, I'm taser certified. No, Jeff, if I had you in my wheelhouse, you can have any position you want. You can have superior. You can have my back. You can take guard. You can have any position you want, Jeff. That's real strength, Jeff. You're not taser. Ooh, I'm taser certified. Ooh, I'm gonna deek. You're such a douchebag, Jeff. You are such a douchebag, bro. You are such a douchebag, Jeff Chalfant. You don't get away with this, bro. F you, Jeff Chalfant. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's get his Facebook page because we're going to let him know he's a murderer. He's a murderer. He kills people. That's what he does. He covers up the murder of people. Oh, what does this one say? Seymour Police Department. Let's continue. So this is the Seymour Police Department. Here, can you guys see what I can see here? Let me make sure that we can see it. Everybody can see what's going on. Okay, I'm so sorry. So here it is. Here is the Seymour Police Department. These are all the pigs. So this says here, January 20. We are aware of the vigilante individuals have conducted pedophile sting operations in which a non-law enforcement citizen entities and other persons typically use social media by posing as underage boys or girls. The vigilante citizens then convince the target to appear at a public place, record the encounter, confront the target, accuse the target of being a child molester, and post interactions on social media. Vigilantism is extremely... So put a 1 in the chat if the cops are keeping our kids safe. Put a 2 in the chat if we need people to chase down these pedophile pieces of garbage. So put a 1 in the chat if you think we should not chase down pedophiles and we should let the police just chase down. You don't want to protect children, do you? You don't want to protect children. That's vigilantism. You need to let the police handle the child molesters. Hey, look, you think your niece or nephew or your son or daughter is being molested? Do not handle it yourself. Call the police. Police are your friends. You're probably going to get justice if you call the cops. You'll have no clue. You'll have no chance. None whatsoever. So then it goes on to say here, vigilante is dangerous. We discourage these sting operations. If you have any information on a sex crime, contact Jeffrey A Chalfant. So it says here, we've had several questions pertaining to online groups. Okay, so that's not the one I want. I want Jeffrey Chalfant is what I want. I want Jeffrey Chalfant. I found his Facebook page yesterday. Can someone put his Facebook page in the comments so I can just pull up his Facebook page? Because I don't want to search with you guys here. Let's find Jeffrey L. Chalfant. There he is. There he is with a copper shaking hands. Taser. I'm taser tough. So the reason I act the way I do, just so you guys know, and I want to say this so that you guys understand. The reason I act tough with these guys, because I'm not, if you actually knew me in real life, you would know that I don't have any of that tough guy nonsense that I portray here. I just don't. I don't ever walk around like, I'm tough. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Number one, if someone does try to fight me, I back down. They tell me to shut up. I shut up. I just get out of there. I don't actually want to fight anybody. The reason why I put on this strongman persona online is because these guys are such wussies and they've been acting tough for so many decades. If you knew me in real life, I don't have any kind of like strongman persona. It doesn't, I don't walk around flexing my arms and like, I'm tough. Like, I realize it's ridiculous. I do it because I want people to realize that these guys are cucks. These guys are bottom boy bitches. These guys are not tough guys. He's not tough and he's not tough. Both those guys are cupcakes. I mean, take a look at how soft this pig is. He's soft. He's soft, big time. And this guy has no sort of physical structure. None whatsoever. This man did not spend 30 years on a mat training wrestling and MMA, jiu-jitsu, pancration, sambo. He didn't. I did. Now, because I did that, I've been able to avoid having any kind of physical confrontations in my lifetime. Because with great power comes great responsibility. You can't go around bouncing people off the concrete just because you know how to throw people. It's wrong. But these guys run around. I tried that number already, DLZ. These guys run around as though they are tough. And that's the reason why I act the way I do sometimes. In real life, I think it's kind of douchey, to be honest, but I just want them to realize that they are not tough. I want them to see me and be like, oh, this guy's literally flexing in the camera because, dude, you're not tough, bro. You're a bitch. This guy is a soft donut eating bitch. He could not run 1 mile. If you ran from this guy, he'd have to shoot you because he couldn't run a mile. The reason why they electrocute people is so they don't have to actually physically do anything tough. And then you get guys like Jeff Chalfant who have a stupid look on his face just like this. I got taser certified. I'm tase. Ooh. No, bro, you tase people who are going, please don't tase me, bro. For the most part, people who get tased are like, dude, please don't tase me. Tasers are for overs. I mean, very seldom. It's a weapon to hurt people. It's a weapon to hurt other people. And this cupcake eater and this literally beta male cuck, neither one of these guys are tough. So forgive me, believe me, I think it's douchey too. It's just so douchey, but I just want them to understand they're not really tough. You're not really tough because you're shooting people and electrocuting people. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want them to know that if they ever took on a guy who really knew how to fight, they would have absolutely no chance. They would have zero chance. I want to put them back in the pussy box, excuse my language, that they belong in. These guys are pussies, and they always have been, and they always will be. They're not tough. They've never been tough. They don't know what physically tough or dedication to discipline is. Look, I'm 48 years old. To have the discipline that I have, to be able to physically look like I do at 48, most of my peers don't have this kind of fitness shape I do because of the discipline that I have with not eating that, with not doing that, with not doing this, with making sure I go to the gym, even though I don't want to go to the gym anymore. These guys are cupcakes. That's what I'm trying to portray here. So I get it. Oh, I'm tough, flexing. You look like a douchebag, but I just want people to understand the level of douchebaggery I'm willing to go to show you that these guys are the devils in our society. These are the evil men in our society who run around with their certificates and their degrees and, hey, look at me. These guys, when the purge comes, these guys are the ones that you have to go to to deal with them. When the purge comes, these are the guys you get rid of. I'm just saying, there's no purge today. So but if there was a purge, this cupcake could be hiding, and this beta male cuck could be hiding as well. They wouldn't actually be they would never enter into war, into fight. Coward number one, coward number two. But this is your relationship with cops and prosecutors right there. There's the relationship with cops and prosecutors in America. And you wonder why there's no justice. This is why there's no justice. Anybody find that guy's Facebook page? I'm just going to go to Facebook and type it in. I'm just going to go to Facebook, and then I'm going to go to Jeffrey A Chalfant, Indiana, prosecutor. Let's see if we find it better. Didn't find it that way. Let's try it one more way. Let's try Jeff Chalfant. Maybe this will get it. Former administrative assistant, prosecutor in Marion County. Oh, so there's a Jeff Freeman. There's no Indiana. So it's so funny. The very first thing, the Indiana State Police need to be investigated so badly. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. The very first article that I found when I was looking for Jeffrey. So I was looking for Jeffrey Chalfant here, and I couldn't find him. And then on April 16th, the Indiana State Police need to be investigated so badly. They treat people like cattle going to the slaughter. They honestly don't care to them. It's just, how many can I arrest? They don't even know why they're arresting people. They just do it and have another notch on their belt. I know this for a fact. Hey, Cindy, we know, honey. We know. Cindy Bates Young. McLemore is struggling. So I can't find Jeffrey. I mean, anybody else having any luck? Did he, you know what I wonder? Oh, is that his email address, Jeff? Hold on, let me take a picture of that real quick so I can. Okay, let's write him an email. Let's write Jeffrey an email. Okay. Let's send Jeff an email. So we have his email address. I'll show this to you one more time here. Let me pull this in close. Oh, sorry about that. All righty. So let's go into, let me see what I can show you guys here. Let's compose Indiana Advocate. Okay, I just got to be careful what I show here. Let me see if I open it like this. If you guys, okay, there we go. I can share this page now. I can share this page with you. Let me show you that, and then we're going to write a letter here to Jeffrey A Chalfant, who's covering up the murder of Joshua McLemore. Okay, so here is there that is, and now we're going to go to so scumbag, I can't do anything to you, and I wouldn't anyway. I'm going to tell your kids how you covered up the murder of Joshua McLemore. When your kids are old enough, I'll track them down and let them know exactly what you did. You're covering for prison guards and cops. Your job is to convene a grand jury and give them the facts. You don't rule. You're not a king. You're a public servant. This is disgusting. Funny thing about teenagers, there's a point where they despise their parents. I'm going to track your life and write articles about you till you're no longer in a position to cheat people. I'll follow the kids' pages, and then I'll come to Indiana when your kids has a softball game or a tourney, and I'll give them the Joshua McLemore facts. That's my promise. Okay, so now let me crowdsource a little bit and make sure anything else that I need to put in this letter to let him know. Okay, let's look that up next. Is there anything else in here that I need to put in here? Because look, I can't do anything to Jeff. I can't go and campaign in Indiana against him. You know, I wouldn't want to live in Indiana. For the folks who live there, I wouldn't want to live where you live. I've driven through Indiana a couple of times. I'm going to pass on that. But you know, Indiana's not a bad place. It's full of good people there. But is there anything missing in this letter? Yeah, Claudette, I'm going to track his kids down. Should I say that different, Claudette? Should I use different words? I mean, that's why I'm showing you guys. I want to use words that are along the lines of what I'm promising to do here, because I'm not threatening violence. I'm not threatening stalking. So maybe Claudette's right. Maybe I should use a different word than track. Let's use a different word than track, because I'm not a terrorist. I'm not going to go hurt anybody. I'm not going to do anything illegal. I'm not threatening violence. So is there, okay, so the word tracking is wrong. Okay, let me change that. I'm going to let me because that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna, oh, okay. There we go. About you till you're, I'll follow the kids. See this is what I was trying to say. You can see I was trying to say I'm going to follow your social media pages. I didn't mean track and like, you know, I can't do anything to you, and I wouldn't anyway. I'm going to tell your kids how you covered up the murder of Joshua McLemore and participated in his murder cover up. Your kids are old enough, I will follow them. Sorry, thank you for that. Follow them on social media. And then one day appear to them in real life and let them know exactly what you didn't do. You didn't do your job for the people. Is that better? Is that a little bit better? Because you know, I'm not threatening any kind of violence or anything like that. I just want to make sure that that's I'm not threatening him. I'm not, you know, you know, we're going to have 200,000 subscribers on this channel very soon. If you guys have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you know when we come on. DLZ Clips is making me really stay on the ball and get these lives out. So, yes, you will make every effort to contact, is what Lena said. So yes. So let me read this, and instead I'm gonna read the comments that you guys say. But I'm gonna tell his family. I'm gonna tell his children. They're too young, right? I mean, maybe I saw the pictures of his kids yesterday on Facebook. Maybe the kids are old enough now. We can let them know that their dad's a piece of shit. You don't get away with killing. You don't get away with covering up murders. I'm going to tell your children who you are, and I hope it fractures the relationship between you and your children, and there's a chasm in your family forever, just like there is in Joshua McLemore's family. He's dead, and you didn't do. His job is to serve the people. Oh, I'm not doing anything. They're going to send him. I'm not. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to appear in real life. Okay, so let me try it again. Let me try it. Let me try to change the verbiage again. Okay, you're covering up prison guards, McLemore, and then one day I'll send them the documents in the mail and show them, because I don't really want to go to Indiana, exactly what you didn't do. You didn't do your job for the people. Because that was his job, was to protect the people. I think you're right. I don't think it needs to be there. I'll send them the documents in mail showing them exactly what you didn't do. Okay, so scumbag. Okay, let's get him to read it. So we'll take the scumbag. I can't do anything to you for Joshua McLemore, and I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't do anything to you anyway. I'm going to tell your kids how you covered up the murder of Joshua McLemore and participated in his murder cover-up. When your kids are old enough, I'll follow them on social media. I'll send them the documents in the mail showing them exactly what you didn't do. You didn't do your job for the people. You're covering for prison guards and cops. Your job is to convene a grand jury and give them the facts. You don't rule. You're not a king. You're a public servant. This is disgusting. Funny thing about teenagers is a point where they despise their parents. I'm going to follow your life on social media and write articles about you. And when you are no longer in a position to cheat people, I'll send the kids the documents. Because the thing is that no parent I'm not going to come to Indiana. Giving them the facts about you, scumbag. Now I'll let them know he's a scumbag. That's my promise. I give you my word. Your kids will know that you're a piece of shit scumbag lawyer, that there are so many scumbags in your profession. You have failed the people. Your one job was to convene a grand jury. That was your one job. Present the facts, how, when, where, and why Joshua McLemore was murdered. You have failed, and may God have mercy on your soul, because I hope you burn in hell. And, there we go. Okay. So hopefully that's a little bit more tame. Hopefully that's a little bit more tame. No, I'm not. I'm allowed to redress government. I'm not threatening anybody. People, some people know who I am and some people don't, but he's going to find out who I am. So there is that. And now I'm going to let me go like this real quick. Let me just stop sharing. And now let me send this email. Sent. There it is. Okay, email has been sent. Let me go to sent mail, and I'll show you guys the sent mail. Okay, so now I'm going to present this again so you guys can see it. And there's just no way to reach him, I guess. There's no way to reach Jeff Chalfant. So this is the sent mail right here. You guys can see it. I can't do anything with the murder, and I wouldn't. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. I think it's pretty clear. And now let's try to give him a call one more time. Let's try to call him up one more time. Let's see if we can reach this scumbag. Let's see if we can get him on the phone, because he has to understand that we're going to run this down. So here's the same number. No, that's not the same number. So it was 5-8, I believe. I called from this phone. 358-6130. Here's the relationship between prosecutors and police in America. I just want people to continue to see this. This is the relationship between prosecutors and police. This is it right there. Cupcakes. I mean, you might look at this guy and see something. I see an out of shape fat guy. I mean, no offense. He's out of shape. You shouldn't be a copper and be in this kind of shape. He's not in shape at all. That guy's not in shape. I put the word social media. I can for sure. Oh, it's on Justia. Okay, I know how to navigate Justia. So we're not going to be able to get a hold of that pig. It's so frustrating. I think he hid his. I'm pretty sure he hid his Facebook page. I mean, the only thing that comes up is this woman's The game has changed for the tyrants. You no longer get away with being a tyrant anymore. You no longer get away with it because now they're passing bills where you can't go to judges' houses because the judges in our country are cheating people so much that people are protesting at the judges' houses. Look at Clarence Thomas. I mean, I don't care if you're a conservative or a liberal or you identify as or however you identify. Clarence Thomas is being paid off by somebody. He's getting his kids' college funds being paid for, houses are being paid for, lavish, disgusting, like super elite rich vacations like Epstein's kind of vacations are being paid for. I don't know if Clarence Thomas is a patter ass or not, but that's what's happening. And there's no ethics board. There's no one to shut it down. Clarence Thomas has to be kicked off the Supreme Court. He needs to be impeached. But there's no consequences for judges. And so all across the country right now, people are going to judges' houses, and it's going to get worse. The judges who are throwing people in prisons for decades on end, dude, I hope, I don't want to be here when it happens, but I hope they have to pay. I don't want to be here when the purge comes, but I think there's a purge coming. We can't continue like this. This is unsustainable. This is unsustainable. So it won't ever work. So he's in Bloomington, Indiana. Oh, I don't see a profile for him. I see his Justia link here. So this is where he is. Let me share this with you guys so you guys can see what I'm looking at. But this guy, I mean, people need to reach out to Jeffrey Chalfant and let him know that what he does is disgusting, that we don't approve. And so this is, of course, I think, it's pretty apparent that Jeffrey has scrubbed Facebook because I found his page yesterday. I guarantee you that's where Jeffrey is. I guarantee you after I found his Facebook page yesterday, some people probably went to his Facebook page. I can't find his Facebook page now. I wonder what happened in the past 12 hours. I'm going to guess that Jeffrey Chalfant is being faced by the people, and so he hid his information. But I want to make sure I can always track down the kids to give them the package that shows, and I'm going to print out every article. I'm going to get all the articles now, put them in a binder, and then, Jeffrey, that's what I'm going to give your children. I promise. Just like that prosecutor in Youngstown that hid the murder of James Sheets. John, when your little girl's old enough, I'm going to give her a package that shows who you are. That's my promise. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a journalist. That's what I do. I present documentation. I'm going to present the documentation to your kids and show them who you are. You are a murderer. You cover up murders. You don't get a pass. Your family doesn't get a pass. They get to know who you are. How many people have a mom or a dad that you found out later in life they weren't at all who you thought they were? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a parent or an uncle or an aunt that you grew up thinking one thing about them, and then as soon as you hit 20s, you were like, what's up with Uncle Barry? So just for my family fun fact here, his name was so I had an uncle who married into the family. I have a gigantic family, huge, massive family. And I had an uncle-in-law who married in, but when you're a little kid, you don't know aunt and uncle, and that's an uncle-in-law. You don't know that. All you know is that's your aunt and uncle. That's all you know as a child. So up till 10 or 12 years old, when someone says that's your aunt and uncle, you don't go, oh, well, that's my mom's sister and he married in. You don't do that. So in my mind, this was just my uncle. He was a serial killer. He had killed a half a dozen people across the country. He had married into my family, and he's on death row right now. He's right now on death row. And he was my uncle. He's an uncle-in-law. He married, and it was actually one of my mother's cousins that he married, but they were the same age or similar age. So then you call them aunt and uncle. And later in life, I found out he was a serial killer. It's real. That's a real story. People in my family don't talk about it, but it's true. I have an uncle who was a serial killer. They think he killed lots of people, but they know he killed about a half a dozen. They're really sure about a half a dozen people that he killed. But when I was a kid, I loved him. I thought he was the bestest ever. And so Jeffrey A. Chalfant and John over there in Youngstown, your kids are going to find out when they're teenagers what you did through documentation. Here's the documentation. I'm a journalist. I've been a journalist my whole life. Here's the documentation about your dad. Read it or don't. That's all I'm going to do. And if people don't like it, I don't care. It's all I can do and stay within the boundaries of the law, not threaten any violence, and I just, it's my right to do it. I'm a member of the press. I promise you, bro, Jeffrey Chalfant, your children are going to find out who you are. I'm going to print out every article I can find about you, and I'll get it done this week, and I'll show you guys. I'll put it in a binder. I'll wrap it with plastic, and I'll say, for Jeff's kids when they're old enough to disown him. That's all I can do. I can't do anything else. I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not for violence. I don't believe it's going to solve anything. I've been in the really weird part about that, right? Is that while I will tell you thousands of times that I'm not for violence, the very strange thing about boys and young men is they can have a fist fight, two guys, and it's violence for sure. And they're having the fist fight. And then after the fist fight, two young men who have it out can become friends and even best friends. I've seen it. And so it's like violence doesn't solve anything, but then it kind of does too. When there's mutual respect created because one guy realizes the other guy will bash him in the nose and the other guy will bash him back in the nose, there's like a mutual. Oh, I can't. Hey, Greg, can you text that to me? Let me check my phone here. Greg's got my number. You can text that to me, Gregor. Good morning. Oh, Gwendolyn, thank you. I got a donation. Thank you, Gwendolyn, for your donation. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thanks. I really, I should do more. I should do more, but I'm doing everything I possibly can. And then Julius, thank you, and David, thank you, and Nick, thank you, and Indiana Advocate, thank you, and Gloria. I'm just kind of reiterating Adam and Tim and Bruce and Michael. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for donating last night and making sure Jeremiah and his family wouldn't be on the street today. Literally, people in here in this room right now, your donation made it last night. You made it so that this guy's not going to sleep on the street and his family's not going to sleep on the street. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What's the alternate number, Jeff? Do you have that number down there, DLZ Clips? I want to call him. Jenny James. Oh, I don't know, Jenny. A little off color there, but yeah. I mean, you kind of went a little far on that one. I get it, though. I do, too, and I got to pull it back. So, Okay, there's a different number here. Lawyers Justia, lawyer Jeffrey Chalfant, 797-360. Oh, public information officer. If you guys know of a better way that I can hold these guys accountable other than promising to tell their kids what they've done, that's all I can do. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't threaten anybody or, I can't fight anybody. I can't, I don't have any grounds to sue. I'm not a family member, so I can't file a lawsuit for the family. I can't really do much other than do what I do as a journalist. Sergeant Stephen Wheeler, public information. Anybody else got any numbers we can try to get a hold of Jeffrey Chalfant?
Sergeant Wheelas.
Hey, Sergeant Wheelas, how are you today? My name is Jose DeCastro. I'm a journalist, and I think you're a public information officer.
I am.
So, there's hundreds of people listening to this phone call right now. I just want to inform you of that. And so I have a question for you. When someone dies, is it the prosecutor's job to convene a grand jury? When someone dies in the prison there, is the prosecutor's job to convene a grand jury? You are the public information officer. I'm just curious.
That'd be a question for the prosecutor. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know any kind of. You don't know the legal procedure?
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with that part of the process. That's the prosecutor's area of expertise.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that'd be the prosecutor. So I'd reach out to the prosecutor. That if it's in a county you're wanting to know something specific about, reach out to that county prosecutor. They'd be able to help you.
I would love to talk to Jeffrey Chalfant, who covered up the murder of Joshua McLemore. That's who I'd like to talk to. How come I can't get a hold of him? Well, he hit his Facebook page too, but he's not going to get away with this. There's thousands of people who are going to track him now. He's going to be tracked. I don't know
anything about that. You just have to call his office if you want something specific.
What's his number?
And touch base. I'm sure. I don't know what his number is.
Yes, you do. You know what it is. Don't lie. There's hundreds of people listening.
Have a good day.
What's his number? Of course. This is the state. This is what we're dealing with here. What other number do we have? What's up, SWE? Good to see you, buddy. Alan Hub, good to see you. Rick Clark, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Cope Doggy Dog is in the Izzy. Cope Doggy. Gregor. Okay, Gregor, I got a number there. You see how quickly they cover up? You see how quickly they cover for each other? He's Jeff Chalfant's buddy.
Or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached the recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
That's the number I just tried that number.
We're
Greg.
sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached the recording in error, please check the number and try.
So if you guys are new here, we're covering the murder of Joshua McLemore in Indiana. There's a prosecutor there who goes by Jeffrey Chalfant. That's him there with the coppers. He got taser certified. Look at the tough guy look on his face. Taser, Jeff, that's a look you make when you actually achieve something physically, where you achieve a milestone, when you run a mile in under 12 minutes. For you, bro. Or when you bench press more than 100 pounds, that's when you get that mean on face. Or when you slam dunk a basketball, or when you take a guy down, or when you throw the kettlebells up and down enough times and you get down, you're like, oh, I got it, right? This is not the face you look when you're like taser certified. That's not the proper expression, Jeff. That's for beta male cucks who finally get a little bit of power and a taser. And so now they think they're tough. Jeff, you're not tough. The taser wouldn't stop me, bro. It would just make me mad. So just so you know, Jeff, you could be taser certified. When you get someone who's legit tough, they just rip it right out. We've seen it time and time and time again. I've been tased. It hurts, but it doesn't knock you down unless you're just not ready for it. So Jeff, you got the wrong expression on your face, bro. You didn't achieve anything physical. So there's no grrr. You didn't slam dunk on anybody, bro. You got a certificate with other pigs. The idea that he would have some sort of tough guy kind of image. I tried that number, Scrub. I tried it. I'm going to try it again. I shouldn't have told him you guys were listening because that freaked him out. You could hear it. Let's try this number. We're going to try the one Scrub put up here. Yeah. Can anybody find Jeffrey Chalfant's Facebook page, or did he take it down? Jeff, you don't get away with this, scumbag. You don't get away with this, bro. Your job is to convene a grand jury, Jeff. That's your job. Let's find out. Let's. Oh, Delete Law's clip said he took down his page. He took down his Facebook page. Hey, Jeff, you're not going to get out of my sight, bro. No. And Team DLZ is die hard, bro. You're a scumbag, dude. And you're going to have to pay. You're going to pay personally, though, because we can't do anything to you. We can't lock you in a dungeon. We can't do anything to you. And I don't want anything to happen to you violently. I want you to lose your job. I want you to be shamed by the public. Because this is why cops and prosecutors are so tight, because everybody hates them. They're bestie friends. So what was I going to look at just now? It was that's what I was going to do. Let's go right here. No. Okay, so here this is. Log in. Make sure no one sees my login here. Continue. Log in. Okay, I'm in. Let's share. let me show you guys what I'm looking at right now. And let me just show you guys so that we get the facts, and we're going to really prompt this bad chicken a few times, and we're going to see if we can get it proper here. So here's the new chat, and let me make sure you guys, let me see what you guys are seeing here. Let me get rid of my mug here. So this is Chat GPT, if you guys are unfamiliar with it. So here's some of the things that I've looked up before. Biden and the debt ceiling, the Colfax massacre, Cruikshank, Congress limit the ATF power source, Nevada Constitution rewrite, ATF's authority resource, hummus and rice combination, hummus as a prebiotic, the Manel Act explanation, Enlightenment thinkers, Chicago laws on police footage, U.S. and Rome decline, natural law teachings, Locke's principles of liberty, murder mystery game, and the YouTube algorithm video promotions. So this is just on this account. I have 3 different Chat GPT accounts. So on this particular account, this is what I've looked up in the past week or so, previous 7 days. And so right here, I'm going to write into Chat GPT. If you're unfamiliar with how to use it, you're going to learn a little bit now, because I've become pretty efficient in this. So as a prosecutor, is it the job to rule or to convene a grand jury when prison guards negligently murder a human by not giving him water? I misspelled negligently, obviously. Okay, cool. So I put that in, and it'll say I can't answer that. Oh, well, look at this. As a prosecutor, your primary role is not to rule or personally decide the outcome of a case. Instead, your responsibility is to present evidence, evaluate the facts, and advocate for the state or government in a criminal trial. In the situation you described, where prison guards are accused of negligently causing the death of a person by denying them water, it would generally be your job as a prosecutor to investigate the case, gather evidence, and determine whether or not there's enough evidence to proceed with charges. If you believe there's sufficient evidence, you may choose to convene a grand jury or file charges directly, depending on the legal procedure in your jurisdiction. A grand jury is a group of citizens who review evidence and determine whether there is enough evidence to bring formal charges against a defendant. They do not decide guilt or innocence, but rather assess whether there is probable cause to proceed with a trial. Ultimately, it is the role of the court, not the prosecutor, to make the final determination of guilt or innocence through a grand jury based on the evidence presented. He presented no evidence. The court will consider the arguments made by the prosecution and the defense, as well as the evidence, and then so the court issues a ruling. So the press had it all wrong. Will consider the arguments made by the prosecutor and defense, as well as evidence, and then issue a ruling or a verdict. It's important to note that legal processes and terminology may differ in different jurisdictions, so it's always advisable to consult specific laws, procedures, and applications. Okay. What happens if a prosecutor fails to present evidence to a grand jury after a human being has been killed by neglect? If a prosecutor fails to present evidence to a grand jury where a human being has been killed due to neglect, it can have various consequences depending on the specific circumstances and jurisdiction. Here's a few possible scenarios. 1, no charges filed. If the prosecutor fails to present evidence to a grand jury or file charges directly, it could mean that no criminal charges against the individuals responsible for the death. This could be due to a variety of reasons, such as insufficient evidence, lack of jurisdiction, or decision by a prosecutor not to pursue a case. Okay. Public scrutiny, which is what he's getting now. If the death caused by neglect gains public attention and it becomes known that the prosecutor did not present evidence to a grand jury, there may be public scrutiny and criticism for the prosecutor's actions or perceived inaction. This could potentially lead to public pressure for further investigation or a re-evaluation of a case. Did you guys read that? the people can rise up and public pressure for further investigation or re-evaluation of the case. Right there. That's how you do it. The people in Indiana, right there. It's time to rise up. Go to Jeff's office and protest. I'm calling for a protest. Go there and protest. The people in Indiana. Jeffrey Chalfant is not a ruler. He's not a king. You can overcome this piece of shit maggot. You can overcome him. So, professional consequences, depending on the circumstances and the jurisdiction, legal and ethical battles, a prosecutor's failure to present evidence in a case involving a human death may have professional consequences. It could lead to internal disciplinary action within the prosecutor. They're not going to, stop it. Public reprimand or even potential legal action against the prosecutor for misconduct or neglect. Civil litigation. In cases where criminal charges are not filed due to a prosecutor's failure to present evidence, the family or representatives of the deceased may choose to pursue civil litigation. They could file a wrongful death lawsuit against the individual responsible, seek compensation for damages, and hold them accountable through civil justice system. It's important to note the specific outcomes of jurisdiction. Okay, fine. So there was something here. This could be to a variety of reasons. This could potentially lead to public pressure to investigate and reevaluate the case. To compel a grand jury, the exact legal process and procedures can vary depending on the jurisdiction. However, in some cases, filing a writ of mandamus may be a potential option. A writ of mandamus is a legal resource that can be sought to compel a government official or agency to perform a duty that they're legally obligated to carry out. So it's not, you're not just compelling the court. So it's a legal recourse that can be sought to compel a government official, which would be a prosecutor or agency, to perform a duty they're legally obligated to carry out. It essentially asks a higher court to order a lower court or government entity to fulfill its legal obligations. To determine whether filing a writ of mandamus is appropriate in your specific case, you should consult, no, they're going to lie to us, who is familiar with the laws. They then can provide you with tailored advice. Oh, shut up. It's important to note that filing a writ of mandamus does not guarantee the outcome you desire. The court will review the arguments presented and consider whether there's a legal obligation to convene a grand jury in the given circumstances. Other factors such as availability of evidence and the prosecutorial discretion of the district attorney or prosecutor. Oh, so if it's Jeffrey Chalfant, who's buddy shaking hands with all the pigs, taser certified, well then, okay. In the state of Indiana, in the case, so I asked, would the writ of mandamus be filed in state or federal court? I asked because the right to life is a federal right recognized by the Constitution. In the case of a prosecutor failing to convene a grand jury in the state of Indiana, the filing of a writ of mandamus would typically be done at the state court rather than the federal court. State courts generally have jurisdiction over matters related to state laws and procedures, including the conduct of state prosecutors. The failure to convene a grand jury would typically be considered an issue of state law and procedure, and therefore would be addressed in state court. While the right to life, indeed protected by the U.S. Constitution, challenges related to the failure to convene a grand jury in a specific state case would usually be handled through the state court system. It's important to note that specific procedures and requirements for filing a writ of mandamus may vary among states, so consulting with an attorney, shut up, they're not going to help us. So if you believe that a violation of your federal constitutional rights has occurred, no, he's dead. No. If you're seeking to file a writ of mandamus due to concerns of potential bias with a qualified attorney who's familiar with the laws, the decision to file a writ of mandamus is highly dependent on the specific circumstances and the laws of your jurisdiction. An attorney, stop it, and guide you through the process. Stop it. Okay. Stop referring. Yeah, it gets to be too much, bro. Just enough. Okay. I'd like to know if I can file a writ of mandamus for a man who I do not know. I don't have standing. I want the case to go to the grand jury and stop with the lawyer crap. So I apologize. If you don't have a personal or legal connection to the individual in the case, it's unlikely that you would have standing to file a writ of mandamus on their behalf. Typically, the right to file a writ of mandamus is for individuals with direct interest in the matter and been affected by the actions. Without such standing, it would be challenging to pursue a writ of mandamus. If you believe there's a case of misconduct or bias involving prosecutors or judges, it may be helpful to gather evidence or documentation that supports your concerns. Depending on the jurisdiction, there may be avenues available to report such misconduct or seek a review of case by a higher authority, such as a Judicial Conduct Commission or oversight agency. Judicial Conduct Commission. Judicial Conduct. What is the... So this is how you use Chat GPT, if you guys are unfamiliar. In the state of Indiana, the agency responsible for overseeing the conduct of judges is the Indiana Commission on Judicial Qualifications. The ICJQ is an independent agency that investigates complaints on judicial misconduct. No. If you have concerns about the conduct or performance of a prosecutor, there are a few potential courses of action you may consider. Contact the prosecutor's office. Yeah, we did that. They took down their Facebook page. You can reach out to the prosecutor's office directly to express your concerns and provide relevant information. Contact information for the prosecutor should be available on their official website. They're going to duck. Contact a higher level of authority. If you believe there are significant issues with the prosecutor's conduct, you may consider reaching to a higher level authority, such as the state attorney general. I guess AI doesn't realize the state is against the people that they represent. The state is the evil demon, or the Indiana Prosecutors Attorneys Council. It may provide guidance on how to address your concerns or may have mechanisms in place to review your complaints. Seeking assistance from legal organizations or advocacy groups, there may be legal organizations or advocacy groups in Indiana that specialize in criminal justice or prosecutorial misconduct. They may be able to offer advice, resources, or potential avenues for pursuing your concerns. Support local initiatives. If you believe there's a systematic issue within if you believe, oh, I know there's systemic issues within prosecutorial systems. Supporting local initiatives or organizations that work towards criminal justice reform can be a way to advocate for change. No, I'm sorry. ChatGPT, I'm sorry. You're wrong. The only way we can change a damn thing is by getting executive power of a governorship of a state and changing this bullshit prosecutorial, put everybody in jail system. It's not working. And we just saw the woman in Indiana wrote a thing about the Indiana State Police. They just arrest everybody and throw everybody in jail. That's what's going on in our country. All right. I'm going to keep going on ChatGPT for a little while longer. I'm going to sit here and work this. I'm going to, if you guys don't know how to use ChatGPT, I love working on it. Cope Doggy Dog, Citizen Broadcast, lit. What's going on? Most cops are bad. Most cops bad. King Charles, sweep the leg. What's going on? What is going on? Dorf, what's going on, Dorf? Mr. Waldo Baldo, what's up, Waldo Baldo? Lena, Greg, someone is here. Scrubzilla, Citizen Broadcast Cooperative. Claudette, always good to see you. Always good to see you. Greg, good to see you. Lena, how are you? You have rights, cops have duties, my buddy. Phoenix Murder District, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. I love Yahweh. Rick Clark, Mikey, good to see Mikey as always. Todd, what's going on? Todd Norden, Reform Police. I'm prompting wrong, dude. Teach me the ways, bro. Listen, I've only been using ChatGPT for a couple weeks, so if you can teach me something better, I'm willing to learn from anybody. ChatGPT apologized to Chille. I'm impressed. Top Rock, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Mr. Chong, you won't get much support around here for gun and laws. It won't. I mean, most of the folks around here. Jenny, good to see you. All right. I got to get the flock out of here. I got to start my day. I got to put a shelf up here, and then Floyd and I from I'm meeting up with Floyd from Newsdale, Omaha, and we're going to go over what detention and what a Terry stop actually is. And that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day today. I'm going to work on this video with News Now Omaha. News Now Omaha and I are going to put together a video about what a Terry stop is, what detention is, what reasonable articulable suspicion is. There's so many things here that have to be covered with this, and I'm super grateful that he's in town. Okay, I'll check out your emails. You guys, just so you guys know, I get hundreds of emails, like literally hundreds. So if I don't get back to you, it's just because I go down a queue and then I go back to the top and I do it again. And I go back to the top and I do it again. And then my phones are always off. My emails, everything's off, or I can't get anything done. So, Bronco Nation family, what is going on? Virgil, what's going on? Good to see you. Good. Rights on, my friend. What is going on? I got to go back to work too. Love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.